right now. You got it on
Tino Cochino.
Tino Cochino Radio.
I guess I just really get excited to listen to it.
All right, what's up, y'all? Tino Cochino Radio. Yes, we're here.
Hello.
It's Tino, Serena. Hi.
Hello.
Nicasio. What up? Matthew.
Hey.
Listen, we kick it off with listener therapy. Basically, us just kind of sharing what we think about what you're currently going through. We're kind of removed from your situation, so we can call it how we see it. We have today's DM ready to go, and it's really interesting. It's basically a woman that feels some type of way because her husband's mom, right, her mother-in-law,
Yeah.
wants to be put into a nursing home. She's told the entire family, this is what I want. The family agrees. Got you, Mom. We want to respect your wishes. She does not want to respect the wishes. She doesn't want her in a home. We'll read the DM that she sent, paint the picture a little more clearly, and then discuss. Listener therapy is kicking off Tino Cochino Radio. Next. So imagine you and your partner fighting over putting their parent in a nursing home.
Dang.
Hey. What?
Like you don't want to do it, and they're like, it's all good. It's kind of crazy, right? That's actually what's happening with our listeners. Sabrina, it's time for listener therapy on Tino Cochino Radio. Just us trying to help you out, give you a little outside perspective on what you might have going on. Serena has the DM that was sent to us by Sabrina. So if you could read that, and then we'll discuss.
My husband's mom has always told us that she doesn't want to be a burden when she gets too old to live on her own. She has this insurance and it pays for her to be in an assisted living place when the time came. Now she's had a couple falls and we want to talk about getting her out of her house and getting some help. I told my husband that we are not putting her in a home and she needs to live with us. My husband is actually fighting me on this. He said he wants to respect her wishes, and since she's already paid for assisted living, she should be in a home.
This is my thing. If this is what the mother has asked for and it's what she wants and her family wants to respect it, who are you to disrespect it? I understand your personal reason. You wouldn't do that to your family, but she wants it.
I would just double check because maybe she really doesn't want to be a burden. But I would say, look, you're not going to burden us. Like, do you want to come live with us? Because I don't want you to be lonely there. And if she's still like, no, I want to be by myself, then it's like, oh, okay, then.
Yeah. See ya.
Nicasio, I know you're a super family man, and so I know you wouldn't put your family in a home. But if your parents said, "Look, man, this is what we want,"
Yeah.
would you go against what they want?
No. Like in this case, they're wasting money. Like they've already been paying for it. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna get your money's worth for sure. Get in there.
Go now.
You want the penthouse suite?
I'll take you now. Matt, actually, our producer, tried to put his parents in a home when they turned 50.
Yeah.
50? Yeah, Matt was very young. He's a very
They're
young
still
kid.
fine. I just want them away.
I want to take it to the phones. I want to talk to you, get your thoughts on it. It is listener therapy on Tino Cochino Radio. Do not move. All right, so listener therapy is on Tino Cochino Radio. If you ever have a situation, you want an unbiased opinion, just reach out via Instagram at Tino Cochino. Shoot us a DM, explain the situation. We'll share it, share our thoughts, talk about it with the city, and then obviously get your thoughts on it. At Rebecca_14lover. Okay, responded to today's situation regarding Sabrina, who doesn't want to put her mother-in-law in a home.
Right.
Now, again, this is her husband's mom, who is requested to be put in a home because she doesn't want to be a burden to the family. The husband agrees and wants to respect the wishes, but Sabrina doesn't think it's fair. All right, so Rebecca said, listen, my abuelita says she doesn't want to be a burden and all that, so I get it, but there's no way I'm putting her in a home. I don't care if she begged me, if she begged the family. We love her too much to do that to her. She took care of all of us growing up. She made sure we had food, love, and everything. Now it's our turn. I'm not about to hand her off to strangers. That's not how we do it in my family, period. Serena, thoughts?
But I agree. That's what I'm saying. Maybe just like tell your mother-in-law, like, you are not a burden to us. And maybe that's all she really wants to hear.
To be invited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe to the husband, the mom's son, she is a low-key burden.
Or maybe she can't stand her son. She's like, put me in the home.
Well,
Okay, maybe.
Go to the brother's house.
I can see why the son doesn't want the mom to come over because he's the one. He's gonna be the one that has to change her, like her diaper and everything. Like
That's what you do for your kids.
yeah, true.
Yeah, but
And your,
adults.
but your mom did
there's
this for
more.
you.
I can see why he's doing it, but I wouldn't do it. I'd just make my girl change my mom.
Oh, God.
What you do with your kid now.
Yeah, I know.
It all works.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
What if you had all the money in the world? Would you still put a budget on your wedding? One of the richest men in the world is doing that, and
Wow.
we're going to shame him next. Imagine being one of the richest men in the world, but still putting a budget on your wedding.
Oh,
Yep.
this is Matt.
Piece of shit. Let's talk Jeff Bezos. It's Tino Cochino Radio. It's tea time. Serena, what's up with his damn budget?
So his net worth is $200 billion. And him and his fiance, Lauren Sanchez, are only inviting 200 people, and they're trying to keep it under $10 million.
That's the budget?
Yes.
So funny,
and
right?
they said it's because they don't want their wedding to become a symbol of inequality. But I'm like, $10 million? What are you spending
Yeah,
it
no
on?
one relates to that. Well, in fairness, his friends probably aren't just Joe Schmoes or
Well,
just
it
random
says
people.
some of the people that are probably gonna attend are Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Eva Longoria, and Katy Perry.
Dang.
Oh my God.
That's a good guest list.
Katy Perry's an astronaut now, so
Yeah.
you know,
gotta
she's
go,
up there.
You gotta go above and beyond.
Singing.
That's wild, man. So can we ask how much your wedding cost?
In total, but this is like my dress, everything. It was probably around $30,000. But that's like with travel.
And then the
all
venue
that.
was 1,000?
What is
Wow, stop.
what is a traditional wedding in 2025 supposed to cost, you think?
I have no idea. That's a good question for Chat GPT.
Do you wish you would have spent less on your wedding and more on the honeymoon?
No, because so my wedding, we had a destination wedding, and I feel like that helps keep our wedding like even cheaper. Because if we would have had it at home, we probably would have invited like 500 people, and it would have been too much. And then when we went to Hawaii, we had just sold our house, so we had some money, and I feel like we really enjoyed ourselves on our honeymoon.
So you didn't
as
have
well.
to stress about money.
Yes.
That's good.
While we're on the topic of weddings, I saw that they're doing this in China, but apparently there's a new divorce law. I want to share it with you and see if they should bring it here to America. Next. All right, so should they do this in America? Let's just process, okay? It's Tino Cochino Radio. Apparently, in China, they have reportedly introduced a new divorce law where wives can no longer claim husband's property after divorce. Listen, this is Tino. I think this is a great idea. I think this is a great idea. Here's the thing. I think it's great for both parties. Like, in general, if it ends, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. The relationship didn't work, that's fine. Because I feel like when items start to come into it becomes petty. Like, unless things end somewhat amicably,
Yeah. Good
then
luck.
it's gonna be messy, man. People just start taking random things and just out of spite. You know what I'm saying?
I think that there needs to be some type of like clear, I don't know, like rules, because if you've been married for like 20 years, then no, I think that you deserve some type of property because we're there to help build something. Now, if this was like something quick and you didn't help build anything, then no, I don't feel like you're
What are you talking
entitled
about
to
helping
anything.
build though?
Like if someone was already, okay, let's say the husband or the wife was already established and then they got married and then they divorced really quick. You didn't help build anything.
You wasn't
So-
with me shooting in the gym.
Okay, but
So-
Was that lefty
if you're
gunplay?
together for 20 years and you didn't work 18 of those years, you
But
still
no,
didn't
no,
help
no,
build
no.
anything.
No, but
But-
that I understand.
Yes, you did.
If
Yes.
you are in a relationship for that long and you stayed at home and you didn't work and you did all of that, that's
Yes.
still technically a job, and you stepped away from the workforce to
Yes.
maintain a home.
And maybe
you
were
should be compensated.
Yes, and maybe you were taking care of the kids.
Yes.
You were there in the background, or you're helping lift up your partner for those 20 years.
I agree with that.
Yes.
Because you were the backbone. You were the support system.
Yes.
I agree with that. But if you did not do that, I don't think you should be entitled to what the other person built. And again, vice versa. This is
Yes.
men or women. If I
Yes.
jumped into this relationship with this woman that's some super successful CEO, whatever, and we separate, I don't deserve anything that she built because that was
Yes.
her thing.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying there has to be some type of clear rules, because I don't think that you don't deserve anything if you were in the relationship for a very long time. But yeah, if you got married because you saw a ticket and now you want to take everything, no.
I don't know if y'all saw this. I guess couples are now starting to get divorce coaches to help the transition of
Yes.
We're on the
everything.
divorce tip.
We'll talk more about it next. All right, so let's talk
All right.
divorce coaches. Apparently, these are a thing now. It's Tino Cochino Radio. Serena, tell me more.
Yes, and this isn't to save your marriage. This is when you've already decided we are getting a divorce. So let's coach ourselves through it.
Aye.
And they work with the lawyers and they work with you, I guess, to navigate this new chapter of your lives, to help with the emotional support, like what's going to happen with the divorce and all that. And according to this, a marriage ends every 42 seconds in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Not
yes.
bad, right?
So one's gonna end in about 7 seconds.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Another one.
I don't know, man. I feel like definitely an emotional process. So if you like, no one can really plan for that or prep for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like if there is somebody, I mean, it sucks because it definitely costs them, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not doing this out of the kindness of
yeah.
their heart, so it's gonna cost. But if that can help you emotionally and help you navigate, especially depending on whether or not you and your partner are mature and can handle it, or if it's a very immature, toxic situation, that might be the move.
I think it's smart too, especially if you have kids and you guys can somewhat, I don't know, co-parent. Maybe this person helps you co-parent and kind of figure out what it's going to look like for the kids too, and like your new situation. So I think it's a good idea.
Matt, how'd you guys do it?
Matt's still married, Nicole.
We're still married, yeah.
Might not seem like it, but they're still married.
Very strong over here.
I'm very curious if you've ever had a successful divorce story. I feel like you don't hear a lot about those, but was it peaceful and it ended, I don't know, in the best way possible? I would love to hear from you. Instagram is @TinoCochino. Shoot me a DM. All right, so we're going to talk about something real for a second. It's Tino Cochino Radio. This is Real Talk, so I think it makes sense to keep it real and talk about life and what's going on. So a lot of people hear the word deportation and they immediately think politics, headlines, or something that only affects like other people. But for a ton of Latino families, especially here in the U.S., deportation is very personal. It's not just a news story, but it's a memory. It's a fear. It's a part of everyday life. So like growing up, there's a lot of families that didn't just have like fire drills in school, right? They would have immigration drills. I don't know if you heard of these, but they like literally families would get together and teach each other what to say if ICE ever came to the door. Who do you call? What should we hide? There were kids that had to memorize their parents' alien numbers before they even knew a home address. It's crazy when you think about it. And for what? For working hard, for trying to give their kids a better shot. So this fear basically, like, it doesn't just sit with the undocumented, right? It lives within the entire family because everyone's worried about it. When you're at the dinner table, someone's going to knock. Is like the anxiety, I can't even imagine. So I just wanted to throw this out there. I put it on my story. What do you wish non-Latinos understood about that experience, right? We're not, again, trying to get political. It's just a personal thing because behind every raid, behind every deportation is a kid that just wants their mom or dad to make it home. You know what I mean? So I got a ton of DMs that came in. I'm going to read some and share them with you. Get your thoughts on it next inside Real Talk on Tino Cochino Radio. Okay, it's Tino Cochino Radio, and it's time for Real Talk, where we keep it real. We talk about life and what's going down. And our Real Talk topic of the day is, what do you wish non-Latinos understood about deportation and ICE? And so we'll start with tgarza.02, who said, real lives are being affected. Families are being torn apart. There's fear of punishment for no reason. Mama_chingona_ said, I wish people understood how biased the immigration system is, and it's straight up against people of color on purpose. Drea Darling said, I wish they understood comfort and safety is a privilege. Living in fear is real, and these people are human with families. It's sad. At Nessa Garcia, same thing, said, living in fear. It's so scary to lose someone that you love, who's raised here and simply trying to provide for the family. At Thalia Rose said, I wish people understood that we carry the ancestral DNA of this continent. We are indigenous to these lands. Jorge Ruiz _comedy. Shout out to the homie.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah. He reached out and he said, I wish people understood that some of us actually love the United States of America. We just want a better life. Bonita _baby said, I wish people understood the trauma that all the children are being subjected to. Serena, thoughts?
I don't even think it's about like what I want like non-Latinos to know, because there are Latinos that I see on my social media that are for the deportations. Like, oh yeah, like this is what needs to happen to get the criminals out. And it shocks me because, one, I think we all want the same thing. Nobody wants the drug dealers here. Nobody wants the rapists here. No one wants, these severe criminals here. But you are creating this witch hunt and you're targeting people who aren't doing these things.
Again, this is not a political talk. I just want to be very clear. This is human talk. And to touch on Serena's point, I want you to think about this for a second. They talk about the killers and the drug dealers. Think about the fentanyl and everything that's going through. A lot of that's not coming through Mexican dealers doing this. A lot of these shootings and the crazy things that we're seeing across the country. Think about the medical CEO that was shot.
Yeah.
That was not a Mexican that did that. A lot of these school shootings, these are not Mexicans that are doing that. I'm not trying to make it a race thing because I know it's that, but it is a race thing because you're trying to focus so much on Latinos and Mexicans and get them out of here and paint this picture that we're all doing this and that's not what's actually happening. But so many people see it and they just fall victim to it and believe it and they fall. It's like sheep and they just follow one after another and then it becomes this whole thing that it's not.
And it's another way of
Exactly.
like the way they're doing it too. It's like, man, you don't do it like that. You don't have to do it like
Shooting
that.
tear gas
It's just
and-
going crazy. And then I
Yes.
also seen that they were like going after people that were coming out of like court hearings.
Yes, that's what
I was
drives
like,
me
this is
insane. They're
crazy.
trying to do it the right way.
Maybe like a month ago, I had went out with my friends, and it was like us girls, and these guys started talking to us, and they were here from out of town. And one was Latino and the other were white. And they're like, oh, like we can't say what we do. So right away I was like, oh, do you work for the government? And then they're like, yes. And then my other friend's like, do you work with ICE? And their faces just went blank. And then they admitted, they're like, yeah, we basically are federal agents for ICE. And it became like this huge conversation, and they were trying to say like, oh no, we only go after the criminals and, you know, these people. But then the Latino actually spoke up. It was like an intervention. He's like,
Serena,
actually,
why are you married talking to these men at the club? That's my focus. You now derailed me. You now derailed me.
She's got bigger problems.
But anyways, the Latino, he actually started like confessing though to his colleagues, like, no, there have been times where I felt like it's been wrong. And they're like, well, how? And then he told a story where there was this woman crying because her grandfather was dying, and she was begging them, like, please just let me stay. Like, I'm not gonna be able to see him. And he's like, and I felt bad, but I had to, like, it's just the job. And we're just like, but see, like, this is what's wrong. And then he started saying too how he feels, he feels discriminated being a federal agent with other colleagues. And I'm just like, what is happening
Look,
here?
it's a whole thing, and I'm sure that a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about it in the public, and I understand that. So I just want you to know that this is a safe place. So if you just want to get something off your chest or vent, you can always do that with us. Instagram at Tino Cochino, at Tino Cochino Radio. Either one works. Just send a DM, vent, get it off your chest. We don't have to put it on the radio or anything, but if you just feel like you need to breathe a little bit, you can do that with us.
Coming up
Next.
Right here on
Tino Casino Radio.
Are you smarter than Nicasio? It's a little, pop culture game we like to play. We hit you with the question. We give you multiple choice answers. Literally, all you got to do is pick the right one. Literally, all you got to do is pick the right one. And if you do, then you get hooked up with a prize. And we got some prizes, dude.
Oh, dang.
It's coming up next. Tino Cochino Radio. Just hang out, man. Are you smarter than Nicasio? It's game time. This is Nicole, right?
Yes.
All right, take
God.
your best guess. Nicasio's going to give you a question. He'll give you multiple choice answers. I feel like you got this, okay?
All right.
Which celebrity installs spy cameras in his restaurant kitchens to catch employees slacking? Is it A, Guy Fieri, B, Gordon Ramsay, or C, Wolfgang Puck?
Gordon Ramsay?
That's it.
Nailed it.
Boom! Easy breezy. How's your day going? You good?
It's going.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Coming up next.
Tino Casino Radio.
I feel like we talked about this before, but more and more studies are coming out saying that couples who sleep in separate beds actually sleep better and report higher relationship satisfaction.
Dang.
Let's
I don't
talk
know.
more about this next. Do you think sleeping in separate beds is the move when it comes to you and your partner in a relationship? It's Tino Cochino Radio. We had talked about this a while back, but more and more studies keep coming out saying that couples who sleep in separate beds actually sleep better and report high relationship satisfaction. So to be specific, this study involved over 1,000 adults that were in committed relationships. And those who slept apart at least a few nights per week reported 30 to 40% improvement in overall sleep quality, fewer sleep disturbances like snoring, tossing, temperature increases, stuff like that, increased intimacy and communication when awake, and higher satisfaction scores on relationship health metrics. Do you think that's also because when you live with somebody day in, day out, it almost becomes routine in a sense? So this gives you a little space in a sense? I mean, what do you think, Serena? Is this something you could do?
No, I do not like this.
I like that she didn't think about it.
I don't like this at all because I would feel like that we were actually growing apart if we didn't sleep in the same bed, because we like to have a little conversation before we go to bed. My husband always kisses me goodnight before we go to bed. And then sometimes we cuddle, sometimes we don't. I guess it just depends how we're feeling. But yeah, like, I want my husband in the bed with me.
I mean, technically, you guys could have the conversation before you go to bed, your nightly conversation.
Yep.
He could even tuck you in, give you a kiss goodnight, go to his room. So you still get all that. And then you get a couple nights away from each other, but you're still in the house, so you know he's safe and he knows you're safe. And then you'll miss him a little bit. You might get a little more, you know?
What if I wake up and I want to cuddle?
Then you just go
You sneak in bed with
his
him.
bed.
That makes it hot.
How many rooms do we need to have in our house?
About 6.
I mean, Nicasio, what are your thoughts on this? You've been with your girl for 13 years. There's a night or two away. I mean, still in the same house, but just to give you a little space. Does that sound like something you could do?
The day I need space is the day she's getting out and I'm leaving and I'm going getting space and getting with someone else.
Well, she's getting out and you're leaving. Who stays in the house? Just your son alone, like, Papi!
Chino Radio. Yeah.
Okay, so dusting. I've never heard of this trend until I saw this teenager passed away from doing it. I guess it's a viral trend that's going on right now on TikTok. And it's crazy. It's a really sad situation, man. Tino Cochino Radio. So I guess dusting is also known as chroming or huffing. And it's a viral trend where a person inhales computer dusting spray as a mean to get high. You know, the stuff that you spray to get all the dust and everything away. So yeah, there's no ID required to buy it. It's odorless. And it's basically everything kids are looking for because they can afford it, they can get it, and it doesn't show in a drug test.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, this girl that passed away, she was 19 years old, I believe. And her parents are super sad about it. They did an interview and they're like, man, she always dreamed of being famous and now everyone's talking about her, but it's in the most negative way possible. She spent 4 days in the intensive care unit. There's a GoFundMe out now if anyone wants to help, but I can't even imagine, man. The parents, I mean, they say, I remember my grandma said this to me when my uncle, who was her son, died. She had said, no parent is supposed to bury their kid.
Yes.
And that's the same thing that, these parents are saying. It's just super sad, man. These trends, I don't understand.
Like, what are you going to get out of it?
How it starts
Because
and why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that I understand. You're trying to get a quick look, but you don't have the thing in you that makes you say this could be dangerous.
Yeah. Common sense.
Oh my gosh. And it's just so scary too because like I said, I've never even heard of this. So, and I'm on social media. So are kids just taking videos of them doing this?
You know what's wild too? Like how you said you're on social media. That's true. But we're at a point now where social media, it's different worlds and different roads. So whatever you're being served, you're not being served with that 19-year-old girl's being served. You're being served whatever you're looking at. Your book boyfriend and, whatever it is that you're into.
Yeah.
So these kids, they're into their own thing. And so they're finding their own little rabbit holes that they're diving into. So parents aren't going to see that unless they're specifically in the same thing. Like social media is not like how it used to be. Like on Instagram, you follow who you follow, you would see what they post, and then once you saw your followers, it would literally say, okay, you're up to date.
Yeah.
Now it's this open metaverse world where you're just, once you're into something, you get served a couple videos and they see you like it, now that's all they serve you.
That's
And
crazy.
I mean, I guess like some advice too is like try to pay attention and listen to what your kids are watching because my son, I have on all the settings where, he can't watch like certain rated stuff, but yet stuff still comes through. Especially when I first had my daughter Novi, I was just listening to things that he was watching, and it was this cartoon, and it was talking about a baby, but it was like, I hate that stupid baby, and but it was like negative things about babies. Or I'm
Was it
like,
Family Guy?
How the heck? No, it was like some weird looking cartoon, and I immediately blocked it. But I'm like, just stuff like that. Like, what if I didn't hear that he was watching it and he's being fed all these negative things?
Listen, thoughts and prayers, obviously, to her family and everybody affected. And just, again, for all the parents out there, I don't know, hopefully, or maybe you found a way to monitor your kids in a more productive way than what most are. If you want to share your thoughts or how you're doing it, shoot us a DM on Instagram at Tino Cochino.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
According to a woman, a lot of women don't lack communication. They're just inconsiderate.
I need to hear more.
I want to share the audio with you next, and we'll see if Serena agrees or not. Ladies.
Ooh.
I want you to listen, and then I want to talk about it with you. I found this online. A lot of women apparently do not lack communication. They're just inconsiderate.
What's on your algorithm?
This is coming from a woman.
Oh, wow.
She knows everything, right?
Let's listen.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women do not lack communication skills. They are just inconsiderate of you. They don't care what you have to say, therefore communicating with them becomes very difficult. She can sit down and have a full-fledged conversation with her best friend and take advice and criticism and take that on the chin and never yell, scream, cuss, and or argue with that person. Don't go back and forth. They just take it for what it is. And they've learned how to communicate their feelings and express their emotions, and they don't have to do a whole uproar in order to do so with their bestie. When they go to work, they deal with a manager that they may not like every day, but everything is cool. Calm, collected. She don't yell, scream, cuss. She don't go back and forth. She don't do anything aggressive towards that person because she doesn't want to lose her job, but she don't like how they leave. need. She don't like what they got going on. When she goes out into the world, she knows how to communicate with everybody around her except for you. And it's not that she doesn't know how to communicate. She just lacks consideration of you.
Serena, thoughts?
I need a more like what is happening in the relationship.
It sounds very clear. Everything she said.
No. Because if you guys are not communicating, maybe there's some resentment, and it's because of, I don't know, little things that she didn't know how to communicate, or you didn't know how to communicate, and now it's this resentment. So when you guys do try to communicate, there's a lot of yelling.
Nicasio's rolling his eyes. What are your thoughts?
Because she's doing it now. And consider it.
I think he asked me a question.
Yeah,
and I
you're fighting
answered.
us on it.
I'm giving my opinion. You're the one fighting with
But
me.
if your best friend showed you this video, you'd be like, yeah, I need, right?
No.
The things that the woman said, do you agree or disagree with? Like, if your best friend Maria was to tell you something, would you question and defend the same way you probably would with your husband, Paul?
I need examples. Because
We showed you a minute one.
I mean, yeah, the woman gave some pretty clear examples. Like she said, at work, right? Like, you don't really go off here and you're not combative with us if you don't like something. We have a discussion. We did last week. Yeah. We talked it out. It was what it was. But do you do that same thing with your husband when there's something going on?
the only time I yell at my husband is when he cuts me off. And then I feel like I need to shut up.
Oh, like Matt?
Let me talk.
Makes sense
I do
now.
do that with Matt. I do
Why
that
I get yelled at?
While we're talking relationships, I didn't know that R&B legend Keith Sweat was single. And he actually seems very proud of it. And he gave some reasoning. Ladies, I want to see what your thoughts are. Next. Is it misogynistic or is there a little truth to it? Let's talk R&B legend Keith Sweat. It's Tino Cochino Radio. If for whatever reason you're just a little too young and you don't know about Mr. Sweat, Nicasio, give me a clip. Nobody. Sexy like me. Nobody. All you gotta do is hold your nose and you hit the Keith.
Yeah, he's a little nasally, huh?
You sound like Shock G.
Like me.
Rest in peace.
So he spoke out recently. He's 64 years old now.
63.
That's wild, man. And he said he's single. Why is he single? He said because he cannot find a woman that will cook or clean or do anything. Now, I know y'all are going to say it's very misogynistic.
No, it's not.
But let's just say he was like, listen, I'm on tour. I'm on the road. So when I come home, I just want my house clean. I want, some food.
Pay for a cleaning lady.
He said, I can't find a woman to do that for me. If I have to do all these things already for myself, why should I lock anybody down?
Oh my God.
Serena, do you agree or disagree? I know it does sound misogynistic.
To an extent. So I want to know, okay, if he's expecting those things, is she also still working, or is he taking care of her and that's just what she's expected to do? Because if you are sending her off to work and then you still want her to do all these things just so you can come home, like, you are not being a partner.
It's
That's
Keith
true.
Sweat.
But so if he's out on tour and he's financing everything and she's at home just, living her best life, then you agree with him that she should be putting in some work at home.
Well, yes, because if my man is providing for me and all this stuff, and I do cook and I do clean, and my husband, he comes home after I do, and I want to give him those things.
Ooh.
And
So-
you work.
Yes.
Serena's like, baby, I got you a nice couple of hot pockets over there in the microwave.
No.
You gotta
but
let those
also,
cool down.
Also, since I do work, I do expect, him to also clean a little bit too.
But he does work too. So
Yes.
how do you find the balance?
I try to do more. Okay. We had this conversation last night.
Uh-oh.
And I was a little upset because we kind of talked about this. That he was sitting on the couch while I was doing all the dishes.
Oh, God.
And then
forbid.
he was going to bed. I'm like,
So you both work,
crazy.
but you also clean. He doesn't necessarily clean as much as you do. You feel like you do more at home than he does?
yes, but that's expected because I am at home more.
So then why
But
are you complaining?
Because I do want a little bit more help.
Serena makes me want to be single.
Who wants to be with Serena? Nobody.
Aw, that's mean.
Tino Cochino Radio.